What if becoming a millionaire was no longer a choice you had to make every single day? By turning your path to wealth into an algorithmic certainty, you bypass the friction of decision-making and force consistency through automation. It's time to let your accounts build your empire while you sleep. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You are not your biggest financial asset. You're actually your biggest financial liability. Every month, your one bad mood, one impulse purchase, one "I'll start next month" away from derailing years of progress. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to remove yourself from the equation and why the richest people you know probably aren't making more financial decisions than you. They're making fewer. The problem: you are the weakest link. Let's start with why this matters. Because most people think discipline is the answer to money problems. It's not. Willpower is the problem. Behavioral economists have studied this for decades. It's called decision fatigue, the idea that every choice you make during the day, no matter how small, chips away at a limited pool of mental energy. By 8 p.m., after a full day of decisions at work, in traffic, with your kids, with your inbox, you have almost nothing left. And that's exactly when the "should I save this or spend it" decision shows up. Guess which one wins when you're depleted? This is why the same person who reads every finance book, sets every budget, and genuinely wants to build wealth still ends up with $40 left in checking at the end of the month. It's not a character flaw. It's a design flaw in the system, not in you. So the solution isn't try harder. The solution is to design a system where trying isn't required at all. The core idea: pay yourself first, algorithmically. You've probably heard the phrase, pay yourself first. Automation is just that idea taken to its logical conclusion. Instead of earn, spend, save whatever's left, usually nothing, you flip the order: earn, save, and invest automatically. Spend whatever's left, guilt-free. The moment you get paid, before you ever see the money, it's already gone. Into savings, into investments, into the future version of you. What's left in your checking account isn't a temptation anymore. It's just your actual spending money. No math, no willpower, no negotiation with yourself. The 4 layers of a fully automated financial system. This is the part most videos skip, the actual architecture. Let's build it layer by layer. Layer 1, the bill auto-pay layer. This is the most basic layer, and most people already have this. Every recurring bill, rent, mortgage, utilities, subscriptions, insurance, gets set to auto-pay from a dedicated checking account. Why it matters: late fees and missed payments are a silent wealth tax. A single missed credit card payment can tank your credit score for months, raising the interest rate on every future loan you take out. Automating this isn't optional. It's the floor, not the ceiling. Layer 2, the savings layer. Right after your paycheck lands, an automatic transfer moves a fixed amount, or ideally a fixed percentage, into a separate high-yield savings account. This is where your emergency fund and short-term goals live. The key detail people miss: this transfer should happen on payday, not at the end of the month. If it happens at the end of the month, you're saving leftovers. If it happens on payday, you're saving off the top. And leftovers have a funny way of always being zero. Layer 3, the investing layer. This is where the real wealth building happens. A portion of every paycheck flows automatically into a retirement account and a brokerage account. No manual transfers. No, I'll invest when the market looks good. This connects to something called dollar cost averaging. By investing a fixed amount on a fixed schedule, regardless of what the market is doing, you automatically buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when prices are high, without ever having to predict anything. You're not trying to time the market. You're just showing up, every time, on autopilot. Most retirement accounts let you set contribution percentages that come straight out of your paycheck before you even get taxed on it, which means you never even have the chance to spend that money in the first place. Layer 4, the guardrail layer. The final layer isn't about moving money. It's about putting friction between you and impulsive decisions. Things like removing save cards from shopping apps, setting up spending alerts for anything over a certain amount, and using a separate fund money account that's genuinely yours to spend guilt-free, precisely because everything else is already handled. That last one matters more than people think. Automation isn't about deprivation. It's about making sure the important money never has to compete with your mood. Why this beats trying harder. The math. Let's make this concrete with a comparison. John decides every month whether to invest. On a good month, he puts in $500. On a bad month, car repair, a rough week, low motivation, he puts in $0. Average, maybe $250 per month, and he skips investing entirely in roughly 4 months out of 12. Jim automates $400 per month into an index fund on payday, no exceptions, no decisions. Over 30 years at an average 8% return. John's inconsistent $250 per month average, with gaps, realistically compounds to roughly $300,000 to $350,000, depending on how bad the gap months get. Jim's consistent $400 per month compounds to roughly $590,000. Same income, same intentions. The only difference is that one person removed themselves from the decision and one didn't. This is the entire argument in one chart. Automation doesn't just save you time. It's not a convenience feature. It is, statistically, one of the highest leverage financial decisions you can make because it protects your plan from the one variable no spreadsheet can model. You, on a bad day, how to actually set this up, step by step. Let's make this actionable. Here's how you'd build this system in a weekend, once, and then never think about it again. Step 1. Open a separate high-yield savings account. Keep it at a different bank than your checking, on purpose. The extra friction of logging into a different app makes it just annoying enough that you won't dip into it casually. Step 2. Calculate your automation percentages. A common starting framework. Adjust for your own situation. 50 to 60% of take-home pay to essential bills. 10 to 20% to savings. 15 to 20% to investing. And the remainder is guilt-free spending money. Step 3. Set up your transfers to trigger on payday, not on a calendar date. If you get paid the 1st and 15th, your transfers should fire the same day, same hour, if your bank allows it. Step 4. Max out automatic retirement contributions first, especially if there's any kind of employer match. That's an immediate, guaranteed return before your money even hits the market. Step 5. Set your brokerage account to auto-invest into a fixed set of funds. Most major brokerages now let you schedule recurring purchases into an index fund automatically, so you never have to log in and manually place the trade. Step 6. Review the whole system once a quarter, not once a week. This is the part people get wrong. The entire point of automation is that you don't micromanage it. Check in every 3 months to adjust for raises, new goals, or life changes. That's it. The psychological shift, why this actually sticks. Here's the part that isn't about money at all. It's about identity. When you rely on willpower to save money, every month becomes a test you can pass or fail. And every failure, every month you don't save, quietly reinforces the story, I'm bad with money. That story becomes self-fulfilling. When you automate, the test disappears. You're not choosing to build wealth every single day anymore. It's just happening, the same way your rent gets paid whether you think about it or not. Wealth building stops being an act of willpower and becomes a background process, like breathing. That shift, from effortful to automatic, is the actual unlock. It's not really about the money. It's about removing yourself as the failure point in your own plan. So here's the real takeaway. The goal was never to become someone who's incredibly disciplined with money. The goal is to build a system so good that discipline stops being necessary. Set it up once. Let it run in the background. Check in occasionally. That's it. That's the whole strategy. And it's the same one used quietly by almost every high net worth person you've ever admired. If this gave you a clear plan you can actually implement this weekend, hit subscribe. Every week I break down systems like this that make wealth building feel less like a personality trait and more like a process. So here's my question for you in the comments. Which layer of your finances is still running on willpower instead of autopilot? Bills, savings, investing, or spending? And what's stopping you from automating it this week? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.